class. As usual, let's have a look at the thought for the day. And the thought for the day says, a negative mind will never give you a positive life. Yes, it is always said, and you might have heard it a lot number of times, that be positive, be positive. And why so? Because if you are able to see positive things, the positive side of everything, good or bad, I am sure you will be able to face that thing or situation more energetically, more accurately. But for doing all those things, you need to be positive. Your thoughts should be positive. If exams are coming and if already I have a thought that I will not be able to do this, so that not word which comes here will not allow you really to study. Why? Because you have already made yourself negative before doing that work. So, whenever you are thinking of doing something, thinking of starting a new thing, always have a positive thought. No matter how much tough it is, always think that yes, I will be able to do it. I will do it. And then you see how your life is filled with so much of happiness, success. Just one thing that you have to do is to be positive. So in today's class we are going to continue with our chapter Albert Einstein at School. In previous class we had seen how Albert doesn't want to go to school, doesn't like that place, he simply hates, and it has really been very difficult for him to spend those 5 years here at this place. But he had been here and now he doesn't want to be here at all. How he asked for help from Yuri, and Yuri did help him. He found out a neuro doctor for him who had been again helpful to him by giving him a certificate stating that yes, Albert is really suffering from nervous breakdown. And then all the plans he has ready in his mind, what he is going to do once he goes out from the school. And as he comes to the school and he is getting a letter from the math teacher, he is called by the principal. And he is very happy with the thought that now he doesn't have to wait for the principal. He will be allowed in the office soon, and very soon he will be going out of the school without a thought that he has to come back to this place. But as he goes to the principal's office, the headmaster's office, the headmaster informs him that Albert need not come to the school from tomorrow. He is no more needed in the school. And Albert cannot really believe his ears. So he asks again. And again the same words are repeated by the headmaster. So what next? You can take it that way if you wish, Einstein. The head teacher was not mincing words. The simplest thing will be for you to go of your own accord, and then that question won't arise. So Einstein is saying, the head teacher says that the way you want to think, you can think whether I am expelling you from the school or whatever ways you want to think about, you can think, but the clear and the simple thing is that now you are free. You are free to go as you like, of your own accord, as per your likings, and then the question won't arise. So now there will be no question. So then this question will not arise what you will do next. But, said Albert, what crime have I committed? Your presence in the classroom makes it impossible for the teacher to teach and for the other pupils to learn. You refuse to learn, you are in constant rebellion, and no serious work can be done while you are there. So now we see that Albert himself wanted to Because somewhere they thought that he wanted to announce to the head teacher that I will not be coming to school. But something opposite had happened. So he just wanted to know, why is the school not allowing me in the school to come to the school? Why they are expelling me? And then the head teacher says that these are the reasons. Your presence in the classroom makes it impossible for the teacher to teach. And why so? Because the questions which he has, the teacher does not really have answers to those questions, which in turn may be putting the teacher in an awkward place. And you are not learning anything. You refuse to learn because you say, I don't want to learn dates of history and all this and that. And other children, they are also not learning. They are also getting disturbed because of your such type of thoughts. And then you are in a constant rebellion. You are always against the teachers, especially against what they are teaching. You are against the school system. And no serious work can be done when you are present in the class. So people can really not do any constructive work. That means no teaching can be carried on in the class, but only arguments between you and the teacher. Albert felt the medical certificate almost burning a hole in his pocket, and he already had that medical certificate, so he felt like this certificate is of no use now, and it's burning because he really wanted to hand over that certificate to the head teacher. I was going to leave anyway, he said. Then we are in agreement at least, Einstein. So he also says, anyways, even if you are expelling me from the school, that makes no difference because I myself was ready to leave the school. I even didn't want to come to the school. Listening to which the head teacher says, oh, that means we at least are agreeing at some common point today. Otherwise, we are always in negation. We are always in opposition to each other. For a moment, Albert was tempted to tell the man what he thought of himself, him and of his school. So, Albert really wanted to speak out his heart. He wanted to tell to the head teacher, what do you think? You think you are very great or this and that? And what do you think about your school? You are not teaching anything in this way, that way. He had not many things to tell, but then he stopped himself. Without another word, holding his head high, he stopped out. So he did not speak, rather he got up with his head high, that was very proudly. He stopped out, he walked out of the cabin. Shut the door after you, shouted the head. So the head teacher says, as you move out, shut the door. Albert ignored him. Now, in a normal situation, if he would have been called in the office and if the head teacher would have told him to shut the door, he would have really shut the door and gone. Right? He would not be that disobedient. He dare not be that. But this time he knew that from tomorrow I won't have to come to the school. So what did he do? He did not pay attention to what the head teacher said. Rather, ignoring his words, he went out without closing the door. He walked straight on out of the school where he had spent 5 miserable years. So, with great happiness, pleasure and peace, he left that place where he felt that he had been miserable, he had been very upset, sorrowful for last 5 years. Without turning his head to give it a last look, he could not think of anyone he wanted to say goodbye to. So he, after moving out of the building, he did not even once turn back to have a look at that place where he had spent 5 years. That is very normal. Like you get attached to the place. Spending such a long period of time, 5 years, you really start liking that place, you get attached to the place. At the time when you are leaving that place, you are very emotional. Isn't it? But this was not the case with Albert. Einstein did not even turn back to have a look at the building. And moreover, he didn't even want to meet anybody before leaving to say goodbye. that was Yuri, whom he thought he should meet before leaving this place. And he had not only hated school, but because of the school, he also hated this town. Right? Because of the school, he did not like people there, he did not like the place, he did not like the city. And then Elsa was back in Berlin and he had no other real friends. Goodbye and good luck, said Yuri when he left. You are going to a wonderful country, I think. I hope you will be happier. So Elsa, his cousin, she had come back to Berlin, and then other girls, he had no real friends over any other places. And this final goodbye, while saying final goodbye to Yuri, Yuri says goodbye and wishes him good luck. This is a trend, a tendency, that when a person leaves and goes to some other place, we wish him goodbye and we also wish him good luck for the future. So same thing is done by Yuri, and he says that you are going to a wonderful country. Right? He is going to Milan, a beautiful place. He says you are going to a wonderful country, and I hope you will be happier there. Why? Because Einstein wanted to go back to that place. So the place where you really want to be, you will be happy. And that is what is being hoped by Yuri also. So this is the lesson where now it comes to an end. So this is how Albert Einstein had been thinking about leaving the school, but he was expelled from the school. The school authority themselves threw him out of the school, and that's how the lesson finishes. Now let's discuss the question and answers of the lesson. So to start with the first one, what do you understand of Einstein's nature from his conversations with his history teacher, his mathematics teacher and the head teacher? Now if you carefully read the lesson, you will really be in a position to find out the different ways how Einstein is dealing with these teachers. Right? Einstein is very honest. Okay? He's very honest and he's very truthful. And that's the reason why he is very honestly accepting in front of the history teacher that he finds no happiness. He does not see any logic in learning the dates and facts, which you can just refer to those books and you can know why you need to learn them. And because of this, he is in argument with the teacher. But then he is able to put forward his views without being scared. He is able to talk out his thoughts. When you talk about his behavior with the mathematics teacher, he is very respectful, right? And he likes to be in mathematics class. So he feels that this is the only class where he had been doing something fruitful. So he really likes to attend math classes. This again shows that he is totally against the facts and numbers. But he wants the reason which math is giving him. When they are solving the sums and all, what do? We prove the things, no? We find out, we come to a solution. If somebody says a plus b is equals to a minus b, I'm just giving you an example, please don't take it seriously, right? So, I need to prove why a plus b is equal to a minus b, right? And when you are proving, what are you doing? You are coming to the conclusion by doing things, learning how you will reach to that point. So that gives us a practical knowledge. So this is how he is behaving towards the mathematics teacher. And now talking about the head teacher. Head teacher here maybe he keeps students waiting outside for a longer time, does not give them proper time, and class, leave the school. But then when the teacher tells, he does not give any serious thought to it. He is happy with the thing. But then he feels that the head teacher is showing all his ego. Right? The head teacher is egoistic. And he is trying to boss him. So when the head teacher informs him that he is a rebellion, he is not learning, he doesn't allow the teachers to teach in the class, he doesn't allow the students to learn. So all those things, and then he gets an idea, he gets a thought that he wants to tell the head teacher, right, that what he thinks of himself and of his school, but then he controls himself. He very proudly walks out of the room. Here we again learn about Einstein, that he had a lot of self-control over him. Right? He respected his teachers, but apart from respecting, he was honest enough to keep forward his views, his thoughts, what he really thought. It was not because that the teacher is saying something I should be saying. No. But very respectfully, he was able to keep his points, his views forward honestly. So this is all that what you are supposed to include in your answer. Now coming to the next question. The school system often curbs unusual talents. Discuss. Now this is a question which there are everybody will have a different perception. Right? But whatever education system we are following, we had been following in the past and we are still following, still continuing with the same education system. Right? Wherein a lot of stress is given on examinations, lot of stress is given on the marks, the percent that you get in the exam, isn't it? And you hear what is needed. You need to cram, you need to rote everything, you need to learn everything by heart, just mugging up the things. There is no real understanding of this thing. Why are we doing it? Why are we learning? Why I have to learn when did the Battle of Plassey take place? Right? Or why I have to learn what is germination if I am not planning to become a farmer. So this is all what, and if suppose in my future I have nothing to do with mathematics, why in my, yes, basic things are needed. Basic things for every subject is needed. But then in my higher classes, when I know I am not going to choose any particular subject, then why I have to learn those things. Okay. So it is only that we are dealing with the age-old practices. We are not focusing, we are not stressing on the practical knowledge of a child. But rather we are only enforcing the cramming. And because of all those things, we are not able to reform our education system. And this is why, like if I want to be an artist, why I have to learn all the other subjects? What is math going to do for me? English, science, I have to learn all these subjects in order to pass my exam. But I am not interested, I only want to be an artist. But then what is happening? The system often curbs individual talent. So because I have to learn so many subjects for exam, I have to prepare for exam. So that passion, that desire of learning art, somewhere I am not able to make justice with it. I am not able to give time to it. Because I have already got so many subjects to learn. And that is how maybe that desire of becoming an artist somewhere gets lost. Right? So this is how you can relate your answer to the question by giving various examples. Now obviously the answer will be different for every individual. Every one of you will have a different perspective, different thought, and your answers may vary to this question. Now coming to the next question. How do you distinguish between information gathering and insight about the Battle of Plassey. I have to learn who was the last Governor General of India. I have to learn who is Charles II, who is so and so, when this battle was fought, so many things, isn't it? So all this is information gathering, and this I don't have to do it really speaking. If I want to know, I can just go back to the books and find out. And now with the development of the technology, I don't even have to go to the books. That device called mobile, the Google, what can I do? I can simply Google it and I'll get every information about the Battle of Plassey. Right? And because of this, what will happen? Why I have to learn? Why I am made to learn all those dates and all those facts when I can easily refer to them through other things? So, information gathering is really not going to help me out. But insight formation is very much important. Now when I am talking about the world war, about the dates, about the countries involved, maybe that won't be helpful, but when I am reading about all these battles and wars, if I am able to think, why did this battle take place? What was the reason behind this war? Why were the people killing each other? They didn't know each other. But then why were they doing it? So if I am able to think about all these things, then I can say that yes, I have developed that information formation. Right? The insight formation is done. I am taught to be honest, to be honest, to be honest. But if at place I get tempted to steal something from somebody, to take something from without permission, I had only gathered information that stealing is bad, dishonesty is bad. But I did not learn it from inside. Why I don't have to do this? I never thought that if I take that thing from a person, that person will become sad. Maybe he has spent his hard-earned money. So I could not get that feeling of sympathy or empathy. So then, the insight formation is not there. Only information gathering was there. So I hope now you people are able to distinguish between the information gathering and insight formation. So you can give any examples of your choice and you can complete the answer. Right? So I hope the lesson is clear to you all. The question and answers you are able to understand, you know now what you are supposed to, right? At the end, I would only say, complete your work in time. Don't wait for the last minute hustle. Right? And until we meet in the next video, keep learning, keep experiencing, stay safe. Bye-bye.